Some actual good COVID-19 news coming out to UCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. Now, I forget, are we allowed to celebrate good coronavirus news? Like, I forget the rules. I do. But Minnesota Vikings currently have zero Goose Egg, D'Angelo Russell players on the COVID-19 reserve list as they activated second-year tackle Oli Udoh. They waived linebacker DeMarquise Gates to keep the roster at 80. Now, the Vikings have had a league-leading, nailed it, 9 players total on the COVID-19 reserve list. All 9 have been removed. Of course, Cameron Smith, discovering issues with his heart, is now on the non-football injury list, as well as players that have been on the list returned to the active roster: Anthony Barr, Fadio Denebo, Brian Cole II, UDFA Tyler Higbee, who was actually cut, first-round pick Justin Jefferson, 6th-round tackle Blake Brandel, who superstar. Bring in Armon Watts, the second-year tackle, as well as the aforementioned Oli Udoh. Now, also, can factor in Michael Pierce, a big free agent signing nose tackle. He opted out due to concerns with his asthma, as well as virus control officer Eric Sugarman and certified head trainer. He contracted the virus. Apparently, is good to go. So there you go. So as of right now, again, the Vikings have 0 players on the list. And I hear what you're saying. It's like, well, don't talk about it. You're just going to jinx the team. It's like you're talking about a no-hitter while it's going on. It ain't the case, because players will come on and off the list throughout the season. It's just going to be a fact of life this football year. And now the testing will get interesting, because players who went on the list to begin with were coming into training camp. They were coming into TCO, and they're coming from civilian life as well as wherever they spend their off season. So it was potential precaution. Players that did test positive, maybe they didn't know, as well as players who were put on the COVID reserve list but tested negative, but contact tracing, may have been in contact with someone who tested positive. And now it was all precaution. So as of right now, anyone who goes on that list will have been in the facility, as well as will have been in the area. So now it gets serious. Now it becomes on the players as well as on the staff. And it could mean the difference between winning and losing this season for some teams. Like teams that are potentially in a Super Bowl run, all of a sudden slip up, they have an outbreak, and then there goes those chances. They're gone. Either they have to field the roster full of slappies, or they even have to cancel games like you've seen in Major League Baseball. It could be rough, right? So if a player comes down with COVID, away from the team, and does the team detect it right away? Do they nip it in the bud? Do they quarantine that player, put him on the list before it spreads to the locker room? If it does enter the locker room, like what's the plan to mitigate the spread? Like, do they put X number of players into quarantine and on the reserve list? What are the procedures, etc.? So teams will win and lose games this season based on how serious they take the protocol, and that includes the players not going out to strip clubs, not pulling a Lou Williams, not sneaking women to the team hotel like that Seattle Seahawks cornerback who just got cut. It really will come down to personal control, and to a degree, you can't really control the spread, but as much as you can, the things that you can control, either not surrounding yourself, not putting yourself in big public gatherings, and trying to follow all the protocols that the team put out for you. Great. Staff not getting lax when things are going well. It's like a couple of weeks, no players on the COVID list. They're like, oh, we can just relax a little bit on this. No, not this football season. Not with this brand new novel coronavirus, because we just don't know. We just don't know. And it is good that you can look at the NBA is having great success. The NHL is doing good. Major League Baseball has had some ups and downs, and the NFL can learn from all of them. Now, it will be tougher with larger rosters, as well as players aren't going to be in a bubble. But, I mean, the team that wins the Super Bowl this year, the veterans are going to have to come together and be like, hey, even though there is no specific bubble protocol, we're going to have to bubble as much as possible if you want to win. So that means no Buffalo Wild Wings Tuesdays, no strip club Thursdays, no getting freaky Fridays, nothing like that, right? You can do it for 6 months, and they'll hoist at Jerome Barty in Tampa, but maybe online in February. So there you go. Anyways, good news. Vikings, 0 players on the COVID list. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull us up on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.